Yes, hello everybody. There we go. Hello everybody. My name is Yolande Koupis and I'm from New Age, South Africa, from a small little town in central South Africa, Bloemfontein. And we just want to say welcome tonight and thank you for making time to run with us with this bootcamp that we are presenting. That is a brainchild of Erika van der Merwe and Anri, and I am very honored that we can stand in for a dear friend of ours and just run with this bootcamp. And we hope that this bootcamp is going to give you lots of small nuggets. We are here this whole week and we want you to ask questions. While Anri is going to present tonight, I'm going to have a look at the chat and we will just make sure that we follow up with that in the next 2 days. And with that said, I would like to introduce my beautiful friend, my upline, my business partner in so many different businesses, Anri Powell. You are one phenomenal woman and I'm so honored to do life with you. And Nick and Anthony, I just want to say from our side as well, thank you for always just being available and stepping up and helping and supporting. We love you. Tammy, the rest of all of you, we just want to say thank you so much and we really appreciate your time. We love you all. And with that said, Anri Powell, the floor is yours to give us training on defining your target market.
Awesome.
Let's go.
Thank you, Yola. Thank you for doing this with me. Thank you, Ant and Nick and Tammy. Thank you so much for hosting and being with us as well and being hosts. We're excited about this bootcamp, guys. Just to quickly let you know what the bootcamp for this week is all about. Social media. We are going to be the #1 social selling company in a very short time, in a very short few years. We are going to be up there, and it's important for us to realize that you will have to get on the bandwagon some other time. I know a lot of us feel that social media is so daunting. You look at it and you think, oh my goodness, I don't know how to do this. I don't know if I will ever be a master in whatever I'm doing. And then you look at people that's going out there and they just jump into the deep end and they just start swimming. And with every post that they do it a little bit better the next day and they do it a little bit crazier the next time. And so they get their niche and they find and start running and you see their followers climbing up and you get like heart palpitations to think, I will never be able to get so much followers that's going, to follow me. But at the end of the day, it's not about how many followers you have. It's about how many interaction you have on your page. And that's a training, I think, totally for a different day. Because if you start realizing that it's actually not just about the 117 or 130,000 followers or 1 million followers that you have, but with the interaction and the value that you give on your page, then you will start seeing your algorithm going up. You will start seeing more people connecting with you. You will start seeing a lot more activity on your page. And people that really sometimes have 2 or 3 or 4,000 followers have a lot more interaction going on than someone that, just have so many followers and they don't know actually how to capture their market. So I'm just going to quickly share my screen with you guys. I think the most important thing that I want to start with tonight is the fact that I want everyone to just take one big giant leap backwards and just look at social media a little bit different tonight. I want you to start thinking about what you are currently doing on social media. Is this a page where you show people what you have for lunch? What are your gym routine? How the kids performed at a play or at sport? What you are making for your family tonight, and the last picture will be the dog taking the whole space up in your bed. Because if that is you on social media, you are part of about 80 to 85 to 90% of people that's doing social media for life. And there is nothing wrong with that. But you will have to start making a conscious decision on where you want your social media to go to. You will have to start looking at a little bit things or at things a little bit more differently. And you will have to decide which way you want to actually take your social media. If you're scared that you're going to lose your close friends, your family, people that's like really in your inner circles because you're starting to post a little bit more about this new crazy business that you ventured into, then you might be thinking, or then we would like to advise you to might start thinking a little bit in going into a business page that is an extra page on your social media, and then channel those two towards each other. I'm going to tell you tonight, it is like multi-level marketing. It's time consuming. You have to budget that time into your day to make sure that your posts are consistent, that you do your research on whatever you are doing to make sure that you capture the right audience. Because at the end of the day, we are all going to start, and our people and our business colleagues and partners overseas already is doing this as a business. They are selling a product that will benefit someone else in health and wealth. And at the end of the day, you will have to get that mind switch. If you want to become part of the social selling network, you'll have to start making that mind switch. And we would like to just talk a little bit tonight about defining your target market. The only thing that I can say about defining your target market is that is the first step where you will have to start to make sure that the branding that you're going to spend time on, which Yolande spoke about last night, all the practical tips that we're going to show you on Thursday evening, how to do the Canva and how to do a live and how to really just jump in and do polls and stuff on your Instagram and on your social media. Before you can do that, you need to define your target market. It doesn't need, it doesn't do you any good if you are, oh my goodness, how do we move this, Yola? Now I'm where you are. There we go. It doesn't help that you are refining your message if you haven't defined your target market. They say that trying to reach everyone will result in the end of the day that you actually reach no one. And that is so true. You will see people that they really go into and they try and please the whole world. They want to reach the market 10 years or 13 years old, up to 80 years old. And at the end of the day, it is doable. But I promise you, you're not going to have the income and the success that you can have at the end of the day if you really just start niching your market. Oh, nee, Yola. Okay. All right. I'm not working on my PowerPoint tonight, guys. So a new step for me. So the first thing that we need to look at is your target audience. So we are talking social media. We are not talking you going out one-on-one, having coffee with friends. We're talking social media specifically, and you cannot target everyone. It's impossible. You can sell to anyone, but you cannot target everyone. It will take so much of your time and you will be really thin spread all over. So they say a social media target audience is a group of people that you identified that you want to appeal to. Very important. Not that you want to be appealed to for, to please them or to become a customer to them. They need to appeal to you. This can be based on demographics such as age, job titles, income levels, education, location, or behavior. And your social media target audience consists of the people who are most likely to be interested, not in you, but in your product. And those two, then that's where your brand is coming in. Your brand and your product will have to do this for you to be able to get a platform where you really have a very high and active target audience. So there's a few questions that I would like to advise you to start asking yourself the moment that you are starting to look into your target audience. So the questions would be like, what content will your audience relate to? What tone of voice should you use when you start doing your lives? What will be your brand that you want to flow through if you want to start targeting that audience? This is important so you can speak the same language as your audience. It's very difficult, and I don't say that it will not be doable, but I just see it in the school that I'm working with young kids. If you don't know the slang, if you don't know the language, if you don't know the words that's going out and the type of way that they speak to each other, you will always just be an outsider. I'm a tunny in my school. People are looking at me and, I try as much as I can go in my jeans and my sneakers, but I cannot reach them if I don't learn the language. And the moment you start learning their language, that's when you start appealing to them again. So don't think you will not be able to target a younger or older market. You just need to speak that language. Because they are then more likely to interact on social media with you. You will start having brand loyal people that will start becoming loyal to your brand and go like, but you know what? They won't be able to say anything bad behind your back because those people will back you. And ultimately, they will become customers at the end of the day. More questions that you can ask yourself is, what do the audience that I would like to, approach, what do they eat, what do they dress, what do they like, what do they dislike, what are they afraid of, or what do they dream of, how old are they, what is their need, very important, and can I fulfill that need? I think those are the most important two questions going into your target audience. What's the need? Do I have people that's constantly complaining about being tired? Do you have people, when you start interacting with your peers and with the people that you work with, that is afraid of their immune systems? Do you have people that need energy levels? Do you have people on your social media that would like to, just look a little bit better after their skin? And the amazing thing about New Age is that we cover all those markets. So it actually gives us an advantage to immediately start with a bigger target audience than someone that just sells tea or someone that just sells, meat. It's very important that you have a much bigger market and that you realize that. And the moment our products launch, that is when you will start having product training, and you're going to use those training without putting the bottle on your social media or without selling it directly to people. You're going to start using your social media to say, wow, guys, I woke up this morning so refreshed. I cannot wait for the day. If you also want to feel like me, send me a DM. And those are the type of things that we're going to go into a bit later. So at the end of the day, the question needs to be, what do you want your slogan to be? Yolande and I always joke about KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken. Previously, before COVID, I didn't realize, but their slogan actually changed. But previously, their slogan were finger licking good. And how do you feel when you read finger licking good? You think and feel about nice food that you can eat with your hands and lick your fingers after the time. It gives you joy to think about that. What is your slogan? You need to come up, and it doesn't need to be a slogan that you're going to portray in your brand as such, but what is the feeling and what is the slogan that people are going to attach to you? Are you going to be the negative Nelly because you always post all the negative stuff and this is bad and this is so and this friend did that? Or are you going to start becoming a person where people can relate to and go, you know what, positivity is coming from that? So go and think what your slogan is going to be if you were to establish your own brand. Okay, so there's a few places where you will be able to get this target audience. And I'm going to go a little bit deeper into the 5 areas of the social media target audience. Firstly, you identify or you create a buyer persona. You can actually create that. It doesn't just have to be existing. You can create that. You need to find out where your audience is most active. Where do they hang online? You look at your competitors. Very important, guys. We are in a multi-level marketing business. Every second or third or fifth person out there sells health and wellness. There's so many people that you can learn from without copying them, and we will go a little bit into that. Survey your customers, something that Yolande and I will touch on Thursday night as well with the training, because Thursday is going to be a little bit more interactive and a little bit more practical. And we want to show you how to do a survey with your customers. And then lastly, search Facebook groups. All right. Everyone still with me? No questions? All good? All right. So how do you identify or create a buyer persona? Okay. Remember, think what you would like to know about your customer. Who would you like your customer to be? Would you target all the age groups that you want to go in? Do you want to target specific jobs? You will look at the income. That's quite a very important thing to think about. On your back page, like Yolande said, your business suites and of your Facebook and Instagram, there's a lot of information that you can start filtering there. And I want you to go and start playing a little bit with that and just see what is there to look at. You can look at algorithms. You can see what time of the day people looked at your story or your posts the most. Was it 7 o'clock in the morning? Was it 12 o'clock at night? Who's your target group who's currently on your social media? Is it a bit older people? Is it a bit younger people? Is it middle age? Is it something of everything? So immediately you can start already see what your persona is and who the people is that's following you. Even if you only have 5 or 6 followers, you can start creating that persona already to see what the target market is that you have. Once you've fleshed out those demographic details, you will then ask the following questions. What are my audience pain points? So what's the problems that they have? What do people moan about? What do they put out there? Is it heartache? Is it being lonely? Is it mental health? Is it just being tired? Is it really, wealth and need money, jobs being lost? And what problems does my persona or my product solve? And as I just mentioned now, basically all of the above. Consider traits such as their spending power, their spending patterns, the stages of their lives. Say, for instance, I was selling yachts. I wouldn't sell yachts to a 17, 18-year-old who just want to go into studying and partying and have a student loan. You will look at a total different stage of life if you want to start looking at those personas. And all of this information plays into how your customer interact on social media and how they are going to spend their money. I'm quite a huge fan of fitness and of healthy living. So someone like Carla Itzenes is so much younger than me, but I love her posts. I love being on her social media. She's not a MLM business partner, but she's doing training and she's giving a lot of information out there. And to such an extent that I've bought into and I've paid physically into getting her stuff and getting the Sweat app on the phone, and I'm paying for that. So because she's hitting her target market right, but someone that's not into that will not appeal to that. Okay, where is your audience most active? So where does your audience hang on your online businesses? So here's just a few facts that I pulled up, and I think this would already be, if it was yesterday's stats, it will already be outdated. That's how fast the social media trend is changing. So they talk about the silent generation, which is actually my and up generation, which is the older generation, which was first on Facebook. But those people and the silent generation has nearly doubled in the past 4 years. Guys, Facebook is still huge. Business-wise, I love Facebook to do business on. People are interactive. People will ask a lot of questions. Those are your buying power people. Those are your people that wants to get serious about things. So on social media, Facebook is quite a huge market to put on for your buying market. Twitter, which I'm not a huge fan of. I've tried Twitter. I tweeted, I don't know, 2 or 3 times and I lost my account. But about 38% of the people that tweet are between the ages of 18 to 29. And then 26% between the ages of 30 to 49. Also a bit younger market that you're getting in there. And then Instagram, which is actually the hit now. Instagram and TikTok. I don't do TikTok. Someone told me the other day, if you're 40 plus, please don't do TikTok. I was like, oh, okay. I'm then not going to try. But your Instagram is about 35% between the ages of 25 to 34. And then 30% between ages 18 to 24. That was quite interesting for me. I think the younger market is hitting more onto your TikTok than on the Instagram, which is actually, 25 to 35 is a slight bigger percentage that we have there. All right. The third thing that we would like you to consider while looking for your target audience is look at your competitors, as I said, but without copying them. Guys, yes, the multi-level market company is there for you to copy. We duplicate, we take things over. But the moment you start looking at competitors, that is where you need to learn. That's where you need to take out your notebook and start writing down. What are your competitors doing? What's the target markets that they have? The interaction on social media, the comments that people start leaving when they post something. And it's quite important to then start thinking, what is making you excited? If you look at someone at a competitor's page, there's a few people that I follow overseas as well. And I just love, it's actually that you wake up in the morning and you're like, oh my goodness, I wonder what they posted. And when are they going to do something or a live, or how are they going to tackle this day? Or I pick up something is not right. They have a little bit of a downtime on their social media today. And you need to start looking at that and think, how are you going to make people feel? Do you want to, run in a bikini and, do whatever, people in bikinis do and run on the beach and, wave your product around? If that's you and that appeals to you, then those are the type of things that you will have to start looking at and the type of competitors that you will have to start following. If you're a big sports fan and you get someone in the market that's also a big sports fan, go to that competitor and start looking at what they are doing. And when you are trying to flesh out your target audience on social media, what kind of voices do your competitors have? Who are they appealing to? You can figure this out by looking at who's responding to their posts and engaging. As I said, the comments are quite interesting to go and look. And then also go and start doing remarks on their comments. That's how your algorithm is going to start picking up. By liking a post or a Facebook post or Instagram post is actually not picking up on algorithms. By starting to reply or say, love what you just posted, or it looks like fun, and start engaging actively onto your social media posts, those will start bringing the engagement in. And then also take note of what social networks they're active on, who are their top followers, what their engagement rate is, and what hashtags they use. That's quite important. Start seeing what the overall hashtags across the multi-level marketing companies are. And additionally, you can search for keywords that you target on social media apps. There's a lot of apps that you can do, and also hashtags. You can actually put in the hashtags and really start seeing what hashtags are very important for you to start following. And then also your own analytics to see the pages of your audience and what they like, and start looking at the different people that they are following. It's quite interesting to look at that. Then the other two, I'm just quickly going to touch on that, is surveys. Yolande and I will show you on Thursday as well how you can do a survey on Instagram or on your stories. It's really as easy as putting up a poll and you ask people, would you like to see more skincare routines of me? Yes or no? And in that yes or no, people will just press yes or no. And it shows you at the end of the day, 88% of your followers said yes, they would like to see it. 12 said no thank you, I'm not interested, or however that's going to work out. So that's that's valuable information for you if you want to start seeing what you are doing. Are your people comfortable? Are your audience comfortable with that? Or do you need to start changing a few things? And don't put up a poll every single day. It's something that you do once a week or once every 2 weeks, and really just start engaging people on that way on your page as well. And then also, like we said, Facebook groups. Facebook groups are becoming very popular among social media users, and they are a very good place to learn. So see on how many Facebook groups you can come with the interests that you have, because those are the people that you will eventually appeal to at the end of the day. Okay, so guys, I'm almost finished. We have a little bit of homework for you, and I think this is 3 things we want to, Yolande told us yesterday night to start looking at your social media and start seeing how you want to clean up your social media. You need to take or archive a few photos. You need to make sure that the clutter in your social media is gone, and that you really start looking at the people who's following you. Is it people that's just there just to be your friends because you have 5,000 friends, but are they active users? And is there some people that you can remove from your page? Start looking at that. And then the second thing is start getting the niche. And how you're going to do that is, firstly, you're going to write down a detailed description of your ideal target market. I know that my ideal target market would be young and upcoming moms and business women that actually want to just break a little bit free about, from the hectic rush of life, and just be able to sit and drink a coffee with a friend at half an hour without stressing of what the next thing is that we need to do. I would like to have that freedom. I would like to have freedom of space and time. And those are the people that I would like to appeal to that. I also are in youth development and in women empowerment, and I would like people to follow me for that as well. So those are my audience that I would like to attract. Then you write down 2 sentences on how you can help your target market. What are the things that you can put out, not in a product way, but of yourself, being a little bit vulnerable, being a little bit human, and show people out there that what you are pursuing is okay, and other people are also feeling like that. And write down those 2 sentences for yourself on a page. And the last thing we would like you to do is write down 10 pain points of your target market. Sleeplessness, low energy, and the things that people are talking to you about every day. And then 10 solutions that you would like to offer them. Again, not only with a product, that's something that will come naturally later, but what are the 10 solutions that you as a person would be able to offer them? Being vulnerable is one of them, showing people your true side of just suffering and maybe have off days as well. And at the end of the day, if you can start doing that, your product will automatically fall into your target audience market, and it will actually become very easy to sell that without selling the product. One thing that I also would just like to mention is, guys, this is not an overnight quick fix. You're not going to build your brand. You're not going to get your target audience in a week's time. It is hard work. You need to really put in the time. You need to budget your time for a day or in a week where you're actually going to look at, when am I going to spend time? Otherwise, if you're not budgeting those times, you are going to be on social media 24/7. It's going to kill you. You will want to throw your phone at the third day by just trying to figure that all out. So budget time for that. Say this hour, I'm going to just focus on, just get a little bit more information about my target audience. And really sit and think and write down, what do you want your target audience to be and to look like? And what would you like to change on your social media platform at this stage to make that more appealing to everyone? And ask friends. I send stuff to Yolande, and she sends stuff to me, and I send stuff to my brother, because it's 2 and 5 different people that you work with. But those people will tell you very quickly, listen, I didn't like that post that you do. Don't use that color again, or, love that what you did. And you will also see that in your posts and your stories. And that's how you will start getting a feel that what you're putting out there is real and authentic and unique. And at the end of the day, that is what we are looking for. We want to be unique human beings, because we're all in a market that's already so busy and I don't want to say saturated, because it's definitely not saturated. There's a lot of people that still can be targeted and be influenced in a positive way. But at the end of the day, what is your uniqueness? What do you bring to the table extra? Like Vusi Temekwayo said last week, what's missing if you are leaving the room? I want to ask you, what's missing if you don't do a post? What is your target audience missing if you don't put yourself out there and really just be who you need to be, and be who you are actually, planned on earth and created to be on earth. So guys, that is my 30-minute training on your target audience. Is there any questions?
My friend, what an awesome presentation. I absolutely loved it, and you killed it. And it's so nice to sit and listen to you. And it's like you say, my friend, an easy way for someone to define and to picture to get to their target market is to actually give it life, and we do it a lot when we design brand as well, that we say, give me the look and feel of the person you're speaking to, so that you know how you're speaking to that person and how you carrying over the information to that person. Absolutely awesome. I loved it, Anri. And I just want to say for you guys what Anri said, we are going to pop in a mindful marketing planner, which is a content planner, just with a little bit of information and what you can do. But we'll give you that on Thursday. I've got a little one that also wants to learn. She might be a pro in TikTok in a few years, but we'll pop that into Thursday's training for you guys to utilize as well. So yeah, that's it from my side. Thank you, Anne.
Awesome, Yola. Thank you. Thank you for everyone for jumping on. We hope that you have a great Tuesday evening. See you tomorrow night. We're talking a little bit about buckets and how you can really just structure and plan your days. And then on Thursday evening, we're going to have a full practical on how to do Canva, how to do a live, what's important when you do your lives. And then also looking at, just a few practical tips that you can just really pull in on getting you to start right away. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. Have a great, great, great Tuesday evening and Tuesday for our friends in America. Awesome.
Thank you so much, Anri. I just want to say to everyone that popped onto the Zoom and to the bootcamp training, thank you very much. We really appreciate it.
It was
Let's
awesome.
see, share
Stars.
Fantastic job.
Amazing.
Thanks,
Thank you,
guys.
thank you,
Thank you,
ladies.
guys. Thanks, Sam. Thank you, guys.
That
Thank
was
you,
amazing.
everybody.